Hello, third grade. I am back for more math. I feel like I should have a theme song at this point, but I got nothing. So if you guys have a theme song for me, go for it and let me know. Today we are going to start another new topic of math. I know we're moving kind of fast, but I just want to make sure that I touch on fractions before you guys move on to fourth grade. So our last topic that we did last week was about area. And so actually we are going to move on all the way down to topic 12. So you should be in your new big math book. Your topic is topic 12, understand fractions as numbers. So as usual, I'm going to be doing your solve and share, your look back, Fred, convince me, and then we can do some of your guided practice together. So we are going to be doing topic 12.1, partition regions into equal parts. So what you need to know about a fraction is fractions are a shape. It could be a shape that's equally divided in two pieces. So like if you think of a pizza, when you eat a pizza, it's equally divided into slices. And so when we're doing fractions, we are just taking one piece and trying to count how that one piece is equal to one whole shape. We'll get started. You guys will get it once we get started. So you should be on your solve and share 12.1. And today your solve and share. Oops, that's not good. Let me move my screen. Today your solve and share is.
Show two different ways to divide a 2 by 6 region into 6 equal parts. How do you know the parts are equal?
Okay, so they gave us two shapes, and both of them represent 2 times 6 because there are 2 boxes going down and then 6 boxes going across. So we want to equally divide the shape into 6 parts. So one way you could equally divide this is if you cut the shapes down right down the middle, but make sure that there are 2 in each section. So there's one section, there's 2 sections, there's 3 sections, 4 sections, and 5 sections. So we equally divided into 6, and there's no box left over, so they were equally divided. And there's 2 boxes in each section. Another way we could do this is, sorry, I'm looking at my answer book. Another way we could do this is we can divide it going across, maybe going down, going across, going down, going across, going down. So maybe, let me try to do this better. If I color these boxes into different colors, we basically did the same thing. We cut the shape into equal sections, but each section still has 2 boxes. And there's nothing left over. I'm going to use green again. There's nothing left over, so everything is equal. Use red again. Okay, how do you know the parts are equal? There's nothing left over, so I would go ahead and write that at the bottom of your solve and share. They are equal. I guess I should have typed this out. They are equal. Oops, because actually, you know what? I'm going to say they are equal because each section, why didn't I just type this? Each section has 2 unit, I'm really regretting this, you guys, 2 unit squares. Okay, there we go. So we equally divided, I can take off my headphones. They're equally divided into 6 sections, and each section has 2 squares, and there's nothing left over, so everything is equal. Okay, and then for your look back, since I don't have a look back section, I always just divide this. Look back, this is your look back, okay? Your look back says, How are the parts of the regions alike and how are they different? How are the parts of the regions alike and how are they different? So each part, so even though we divided the shape into two different ways, they are alike because, oh no, not the text box again. There we go. They are alike because each, each shape has an area, actually let's do each part of the shape, there we go, has an area of 2 square units. So whenever we divided, they always had 2. And then the only thing that's different is we cut it different ways. So like on this shape, we cut it going down, whereas this shape we went going across. So only they are different because we cut the parts, or we cut the shapes into different parts. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and move on to Fred and do your learning visual. Fred! Okay, see, this is like the normal green screen that I was talking about last week, but then last week we had to get the creepy red screen. This is so much better. Okay, we're going to get started.
How can you name the equal parts of a whole? You can divide a whole into equal parts. What fraction can you write to represent one of these equal parts? A fraction is an equal part of a whole. Each green whole is divided into 4 equal parts. This whole does not have 4 equal parts. Each part is not 1/4 of the whole. In the green holes, all parts have an equal area. Each part is 1/4 of the area of the whole. 1/4 can be written as a fraction. 1/4 is a unit fraction. A unit fraction represents one of the equal parts. Each green whole is divided into 6 equal parts. This whole does not have 6 equal parts. Each part is not 1/6 of the whole. In the green holes, all parts have an equal area. Each part is how much of the area of the whole?
Okay, so
Select your answer.
One thing to know about fractions is when you are trying to find out one part of a whole, the way that you say it is either like 1/3, 1/4. You usually need to count how many total shapes you have. So for like, if you had a shape with just 2 boxes, that would be a half. If you had 3, it'd be thirds. If you had 4, it'd be fourths. If you had 5, you had fifths. If you had 6, you had sixths. And I think you guys get it. You just keep adding th, if depends on the number. That's how you say the fraction. So let's see. In the green holes, all parts have an equal area. Each part is how much of the area of the whole. So what you usually need to do is count how many equal parts you have. So for this shape, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we know that 1 part of 6 is colored, so that's 1/6. And same thing with the shape. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 shapes, but only 1 part is colored, so that is 1/6. Yay!
1/6 can be written as a fraction.
Oh, okay. And that's it. So you are going to go ahead and move on to your convince me. Your convince me is
Kim says that the rectangle is divided into fourths because there are 4 equal parts. Carrie says it is not divided into fourths because the parts are not the same shape. Who is correct? Explain.
Okay, so Kim says the rectangle is divided into fourths because there are 4 equal parts. So this is a part, sorry, this is a part, that's a part, that's a part, and each shape looks like they have an equal part of 3 unit squares. But Carrie says it is not divided into fourths because the parts are not the same shape. Explain who is correct. So when you're dividing a fraction, as long as the shapes or the unit squares inside are equal, and since all these squares are equal, it doesn't matter which way they're cut, as long as they're equal inside, they are still a fraction. So Kim is actually correct. Every time I do a text box, I don't know where it goes. So Kim is correct because each part, so it's cut into 4 parts, each part has 3 equal squares. Let's do unit squares. Unit squares inside. And then since there are 1, 2, 3, 4, there are 4 equal parts. If we colored in 1, then 1 shaded part is 1/4. So each part of the shape is 1. And if you could write in a fraction, go ahead and write in a fraction. I obviously can't because I'm typing. So if you want to write 1/4, you would do a 1 and then a 4 at the bottom. Okay, so that is how you write a fraction. The number that's at the bottom is your total number of equally divided parts. Okay, so that is for your convince me. We are going to go ahead and move on to your guided practice and your independent practice, and that's going to be on 439. Okay, so I actually had to move on to Zoom. That way I can screen record and draw at the same time. So your guided practice is on 439. You only have to do problems 1 through 10 today. So actually I'm going to try to do most of it with you. So I would stay on. Don't try to leave my video. I'm going to try to help you with this. So for your guided practice, number 1 says in the examples in box A on the previous page, explain how you know the 4 parts are equal. Oh, okay. So how do you know that these parts are equal? Well, they're all equal because they all are the same size and shape. And they all have about the same area because they're all the same size. Whereas this one, these 2 are the same. This one is basically the same as this one, but then we have this huge big part here, so we know that they are not equal. So let me go ahead and type this out. Each shape has the same, actually let me do each section, because if we divide that whole shape into sections, each section has the same area. Okay, and then in 2 and 3, tell if each shape shows equal or unequal parts. If the parts are equal, label one of the parts using a unit fraction. So that means if we colored in one part of the shape, what would the fraction be? Okay, so in number 2, we have a shape that looks pretty much equally divided. All the shapes are about the same, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parts. So this shape is equal. And then if we were to color in one section, let's go ahead and color in one section, what would the fraction be? So we already know that we colored in one section, and then since altogether there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, we know we colored in 1/6 of the shape. Okay, moving on to number 3. Is that shape equal or unequal? I'm gonna put my headphones back on. Nope, it's pretty much unequal because there are some big parts and there are some little parts. So that shape is unequal. Okay, I'm going to warn you if my voice gets a little bit louder. There you go. Okay, number 4, draw lines to divide the shape into 8 equal parts, then write the fraction that represents one part. So again, if we colored in one part, what would the fraction be? So we can equally divide the shape. 1, 2, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that wouldn't work because we would divide the shape into 5 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that wouldn't work. What if we go across? 1, 2, 3. So what we made? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 sections. And then what if we cut it into half? How many equal parts do we have now? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, there we go. That's what we wanted. And each equal part comes with 1, 2, 3 boxes. So they're all equal. Nothing's left over. And then if we were to color in one part of this fraction, or one part of the shape, it would be 1 colored in one part. And then in total, we had 8 parts. So your shape is 1/8. Okay, so if you need to keep writing that, go ahead and pause this video. I'm going to go ahead and move on to your independent practice. And I cleared all my drawings. For your independent practice, in 5 through 7, tell if each shape shows equal or unequal parts. If the parts are equal, label one of the parts using a unit fraction. So same thing, if we were to color in one section, what would the fraction end up being? So number 5, this has an area of 4, this has an area of 4, this has an area of, looks like 6, and this has an area of 2. So this is totally unequal. Equal, there we go. Moving on to number 6. That pretty much, they all look even. So we can say that this is equal. And then if we were to color in one section, let's make it red. If we were to color in one section, what would the fraction be? Colored in one section. Altogether, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 parts. So we color it in 1/4. Okay, and then moving on to 7, we have 1, 2, 3 shapes, and they look equal. So we can go ahead and type equal. And then if we were to color in one shape, let's go dark green. If we were to color in one shape, it doesn't matter which one you color, you guys. You can color the middle one if you want. We colored in 1, and then there are 1, 2, 3 shapes. So we colored in 1/3. Woohoo! Okay, let's go on to 8 and 10. Draw lines to divide the shapes into equal. Oh, sorry. Let's divide. I don't even know what I just read. In 8 to 10, draw lines to divide the shape into the given number of equal parts. Okay, there we go. Then write the fraction that represents one part. Okay, so we need to divide number 8 into 6 equal parts. Let me go ahead and go to black. Let me zoom up for you guys. Can I zoom up? Can I zoom up? No, I cannot zoom up. Awesome. Okay, so in 8 to 10, draw lines to divide the shape into the given number of equal parts. So in number 8, we need to divide the shape into 6 equal parts. So another way we can do this, we kind of can do division to solve this and make it a little bit easier. So what we can do is find the area of this shape. What's the area? So we know that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the area of the shape is 6 times 6, which equals 36. And we need to equally divide 36 into 6. So do 36 divided by 6. equals 6. So let's do 6 equal parts with 6 boxes inside. So we can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this can be a section. Would you look at that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's another section. So far we have 2 parts. And then I think from here we can just pretty much cut this in half and go all the way down. There we go. There we go. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 equal parts, and each equal part has 6 squares, so that's good. Oh, and then we need to write the fraction that represents one part. So if I were to color in one of the boxes, or not one box, one of the sections, there we go. We colored in 1/6. There you go. So that is the fraction. Okay, same thing for number 9. I would find the area first and then equally divide it into 3. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we know the area is 12. So let's do 12 divided by 3. And that's going to give you 4. So each part, each section that we divide in has to have 4 squares into it for it to be equal. So we can do 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, and then 1, 2, 3. I don't know what I just did. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there we go. Each section has 4 unit squares, and we equally divide it into 3. And the same thing if we were to color one section. Let's do green. One section. What would the fraction be? It would be 1. Oh, well, where did my marker go? 1/3. Yay. Okay, I'm going to let you do number 10 by yourself. So I would find the area of the shape, divide that by 4, and then that's how many squares you're going to have in each shape, and then you need equally divided by 4. Okay, so you guys can do 10 by yourself, and that is it for today. Yeah, I will go ahead and see you on my next video. Bye, guys.